Hi, I'm Drew with Jam Gaming. Today I'm joined by Max and Aiden. And we're here to talk to you today about Leap Legends. So let's just jump right into it. This is our icon. We have it loaded up on a Genymotion emulator. If you open it up, you get this basic menu screen. In our menu we have story, tutorial, and play. It's pretty intuitive. Tutorial is just a simple guide to the different classes. I don't know if you can hear that sound effect. I think the sound's coming through the webcam, but there's a few sound effects in the game. You can read this later, but we're just going to jump right into a game and explain it as we go. Alright, so we're jumping into the game.
Okay, so this is our game map. It is randomly generated. Why don't you hit the new game button there? Yeah, as you can see, every time you hit this button, it is randomly positioning these hexagonal tiles in a grid and also generating these units on red and blue teams. We went with the hexagonal map because it ends up resulting in a lot more interesting movement and strategic gameplay than a regular square grid map. So along with that came all sorts of programming functionalities that we needed to be able to accommodate different coordinate systems and just translating it into a visual format where we can represent pieces and recognize where clicks are made with the finger on the screen to identify the tiles that have been selected and perform the appropriate movement for the piece that's selected.
We have two different classes on each team. One is the elite class and one is the grunt class. On red, this ninja is the elite. There's one elite for each team and 4 grunts. So you'll notice the grunts. So if we want to decide who goes first, it's actually randomly generated for us. So the first time you tap on the screen, it's going to show at the top whether it's robot turn or human turn.
So this is how the pieces of the game move. Right now it's the robot team's turn. You can see that if I select one of the humans, there's nothing that happens, as we showed before. But if you select one of the robots, we can see outlined in white the tiles that this guy can move to. The grunt, when he is not locked into battle, can move anywhere within 1 tile. Whereas you can see this grunt over here, who, unlike the one in the corner, is neighboring one of his enemies. He is locked into battle mode, and so the only move that this grunt can do is to attack this other grunt. The red guy here is in phalanx mode. He's actually going to be taking half damage if these two start fighting. So, so the blue guy's not going to make out very well. As we can see, he's starting with 10 energy, and when he attacks the red dude here, and we check in on the red guy afterwards, the red guy has 8 energy. So he took 2 damage from that exchange. You can see that after a second hit, this blue guy was no more. He took 10 full damage. The red guy had taken 2 hits. He's got 6 left. And replacing the blue robot is this cute little skull and rib cage, which I'm not sure why a robot would have. Let's explain the elites now. There's one on each team. The blue elite is the Tyrannosaurus Hex, is the working name for him. And unlike the grunt, he can move anywhere within a radius of 2 tiles. So when I select him, you can see that he can jump out here to this outer radius. He can't land on any other players, but he's actually quite a bit different than the grunt. Not only is he not locked into combat, but his attack is actually executed through his movement. And you can see that when he moves from a tile neighboring an enemy to another tile neighboring this enemy, for example, if I jump across to the tile up here, that's going to cause an attack. And now this grunt took some damage. It looks like he took 4, I believe the full damage for the elite. The elite does 8 damage normally, so in phalanx mode this guy took 4 damage. If we jump back across with the elite, you can see that both of these guys got hit. Any tile that's their neighbor before they move and after they move essentially is going to get hit by the grunt. This is the stab ability as it's been coded. Because the elites attack, they stab anything they move past. This is an important consideration. You will damage your own pieces, and we considered At one point we disabled this feature, and later we decided to reintroduce it because it provided an interesting strategic element. So I'll have him move from his position to this tile right here, and you can see that he's walking past this grunt, so this guy will take damage, but this guy will also take damage, even though he's on the same team. So you can see the X's showed up here.
Oh, look at my guy's in phalanx mode and yours not. What are you gonna do, son? What are you gonna do? Oh, you wanna fight? Okay. Okay, see you later. Now you're not in phalanx mode.
Oh,
what you
shit.
gonna do? What you gonna do?
No.
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 Yeah!